Sir Thomas Slade was an English naval architect, most famous for designing HMS Victory, Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. Career outline. Like many who rose to the pinnacle of the design of British sailing warships, Thomas Slade began as a shipwright in the Royal Dockyards. His uncle Benjamin Slade was master shipwright at Plymouth Dockyard. In 1744 Thomas became deputy master shipwright at Woolwich Dockyard. On the 22nd of November 1750 he replaced his uncle, who had died that year, as master shipwright at Plymouth. On the 27th of May 1752 he was transferred temporarily back to Woolwich Dockyard as master shipwright, and from there to Chatham Dockyard on the 17th of June 1752 and subsequently on the 15th of March 1753 to Deptford Dockyard, where he remained until the 5th of August 1755. He was appointed Surveyor of the Navy in August 1755 by George Anson, First Lord of the Admiralty, serving until his death in February 1771. For the first decade, he shared the appointment with William Bately, formerly the Deputy Surveyor of the Navy, until the latter's retirement in June 1765. On Bately's retirement, John Williams was appointed to share the post. Nevertheless, Slade was clearly the senior surveyor throughout his tenure. Achievements. According to NAM, Roger, the ships which designed were admirably suited to Britain's strategic requirements. By common consent, Slade was the greatest British naval architect of the century. It was generally agreed that his successors, though competent designers, never matched his genius. During this tenure, Slade was responsible for several major design changes. He produced a generic design that was used as a template for the Royal Navy's 74-gun ships and frigates. His 74 designs, starting with the Dublin-class, were an evolution of current British ships, built to compete with the new French 74s, some of which had been captured during the War of Austrian Succession in 1747. At least 46 74s were built to his designs. The last was launched in 1789. He also designed HMS Asia, which was the first true 64-gun ship. As a result, the Royal Navy ordered no further 60-gun ships but instead commissioned more 64s, because these incorporated alterations learned from trials with Asia. Subsequent ships were bigger. She was the only ship of her draft. The first of these was HMS Ardent, which ushered in the Ardent class. Slade also designed smaller vessels, such as the 8-gun Board of Customs cutter HMS Sherborne. Victory was his most famous single vessel. Once commissioned, she became the most successful first-rate ship of the line ever built. On the 13th of December 1758, the Board of Admiralty in London placed an order for the construction of 12 new ships of the line, including one of 100 guns. The following year, the Admiralty chose the name Victory for this vessel, despite the previous holders of the name having been largely unsuccessful. In 1758, Nelson was born, who would die on her decks at Trafalgar. Out of the 33 ships which were available to Nelson at Trafalgar, 8 were built to Thomas Slade's designs. 2 more of his ships had been captured by the French earlier and fought on the French side. Slade's designs represented 24% of Nelson's ships and 29% of his guns. Sir Thomas Slade died on the 23rd of February 1771 in Bath, and is buried in St Clement's Churchyard, Grimwade Street, Ipswich. His will was proven on the 19th of March 1771. His wife Hannah lies with her parents in the tomb next to the west boundary of the churchyard. Legacy. Slade Point, 21.067 degrees south, 149.233 degrees east, -21.067, 149.233 on the central Queensland coast, was named after him. His 1745 apprentice John Henslow also became chief surveyor to the Navy in 1784 and was the grandfather of Darwin's mentor John Henslow.